Hey everyone, it's Jurnee Taylor and thank you for joining us on THV 11 Plus. The Arkansas roadways can be tricky to navigate as traffic crews have continued to work on several projects aimed at improving roadways and interstates across the entire state. Well, on this episode of Driving You Crazy, we dive deeper into what you need to know before hitting the road, including how to navigate the left lane on highways, how to respond to emergency vehicles, and a safety action plan to improve roadways. Enjoy. When an emergency vehicle is approaching, the law requires you to move to the right side of the road. It doesn't matter if you're on a multi-lane highway or a city street. According to Arkansas State Police Captain Brad, your task is to move right and come to a complete stop until the vehicle passes.
A lot of times what we see is drivers, even on a multi-lane interstate like Interstate 430, they moved either to the median, or if there's a left shoulder, they'll try to move to the left shoulder. We want everybody to move to the right the way the law reads, and that just helps the emergency vehicle get through smoother.
When all drivers move to the same side of the road, there's less confusion and a lower chance of accidents. Now, say you're at an intersection and hear emergency sirens approaching. Your best bet is to stay put. Hold your position until the emergency vehicle has passed safely. Don't try to rush through the intersection or make a sudden move.
As far as a traffic stop, troopers are trained to wait to a safe location.
Finally, when you're being pulled over by law enforcement, it's important to remember a few key points. Even if troopers spotted a violation a mile back, doesn't mean the stop has to or will happen right there. They want to ensure safety for both you and them.
Put on your turn signal, indicate that you're pulling over, reduce your speed, and then, like I said, there should be a safe spot to pull over before they initiate that traffic stop.
In 2021, Act 1090 passed and was implemented within the entire state that drivers must adhere to the left lane policy while traveling on multi-lane highways in the same direction. We made a stop by Arkansas State Police Headquarters to chat with Captain Brad Land, and he says the law was put into place to increase safety and prevent backups.
Just driving in the left lane, if you're just over there and not moving over, it slows down the flow of traffic. If you slow down the flow of traffic, it's liable to cause accidents behind you. So we want to keep that traffic moving the best we can, as smooth as we can. Obviously, like on Interstate 630, there's a lot of exits. The best lane for you to be in would probably be the middle lane. That way when traffic is merging on from all those entrance ramps, you won't be in the way and you won't have to move over.
However, there are a few circumstances in Arkansas when you would exit to the left, and those will be treated as an exception. Once you pass a vehicle, you are required to move back to the middle lane or right lane. According to a press release from RDOT, a report shows that 411 citations and 3,100 warnings for left lane driving have been issued by state and local law enforcement since the law went into effect in 2021. And Captain Land confirms, yes, it's a traffic offense, and you could receive a citation, and those fines vary depending on which court the ticket goes through. So in essence, so you don't drive others crazy or yourself, share the road and only use the left lane when passing. Well, of course, I'm excited to see this. I see you clapping. I was one of those
warnings.
Has
something to say about those left lanes.
He was a warning as well. So this is definitely a big deal. And listen, we're Arkansas drivers. I thought it was okay for me to, if I was going the speed limit, should I not be able to stay in this left lane?
Well, as long as no one's behind you and you're supposed to pass.
I think you need to be going a little over if you're going to be in the left lane.
Right.
That's that's not the law. That's just a little humble opinion.
But it is the law, apparently, even in the municipality.
Yes, it's the law, and they're saying about safety is really important because, listen, people have road rage. We need to keep the flow of traffic going, and so that's the important thing here.
Yeah, and some people may think it's safe on the left lane. That's not where you're supposed to be safe. That's where you go fast and you pass. The right lane, maybe? Try that. Yeah. Or the middle lane. Just stay away from Hayden.
Just look, I'm all good. Go as slow as you want. Do it in the right lane. When you're in the left lane, you either need to be passing or you better be hauling it, is all I'm saying.
You better be careful out there, Hayden.
I got to check the record. I got nothing.
Every time there's a serious accident, our cities and our Department of Transportation is looking at that location. Many times there are immediate steps that can be done, but we also don't want to be reactive to crashes.
According to Executive Director for Metro Plan, Casey Covington, the Safety Action Plan identified several high-risk corridors, including Pike Avenue, Metroplan has been assessing this roadway for years, and it's now flagged for critical improvements. One major change coming to Pike Avenue is the extension of the multi-use trail, which would connect the River Trail to the Levy Trail. This will give pedestrians and cyclists a designated, safer place to travel, but that's just the start.
There's going to be pedestrians and bicyclists that are going to cross Pike Avenue, and we need to make sure that those crossings are done so in a safe way. They can be improved crosswalks. Lighting is a really big issue that we see. We saw that throughout the region, and so all of the projects that we're implementing, whether they're safety or non-safety, we want to have a lighting component to make sure that that can improve safety.
Better lighting isn't just being considered for Pike Avenue. It's a key feature in many of Metroplan's safety projects. A new $25 million grant will help improve multiple corridors in Little Rock, specifically including University Avenue, Geyer Springs Road, John Barrow Road, Chico Road, and the intersection of Woodrow and 12th Street. Metroplan will conduct additional studies on Colonel Glenn and Asher Avenue to determine what safety upgrades are needed there. Another part of the plan includes conducting 5 road safety audits this spring to evaluate key trouble spots in other counties. These audits will allow traffic engineers to assess road conditions, visibility, pedestrian access, and other factors that may contribute to accidents. And while these changes won't happen overnight, Covington says that planning efforts in 2024 have positioned the region to secure even more funding for future safety improvements.
We want to reduce crashes by 40% by 2040. That's part of our safety action plan goal that was set by the Metroplan board. That's a big goal. It's not going to be easy to reduce crashes by 40, or serious and fatal crashes by 40%. But we think we have the roadmap to make that happen.
Thank you guys so much for watching Driving You Crazy on THV 11+. Be sure to look out for new episodes live on Wake Up Central and right here on THV 11+ as well.